ये दर्द रहेगा बन के दवा तुम सब्र करो वक्त आने दो.
Nas, we're going to go to you now, but just quickly, I just wanted to, haven't done this in a while, but we have, Khodam, they send emails going around and just updating everyone of what's happening around the region, around the country. So one thing which is leading on to what Nas you're doing is this something which I think is Rational Religion are doing. So this is their page, and we talked about these guys a few months ago. So again, they starting refuting a lot of people, a lot of YouTubers, especially, who are talking against Islam in general, and especially Ahmadiyyat as well. So they do it in a very easy, short way. They'll give what the people say. So they're answering this guy called Sohail, and he's very well known, and he's very very popular on YouTube. And they just give the refutation very simple. So you just have to read this. It's not complicated. It's not into great detail. It's just quick. What's the allegation and what's the answer? So that's as well. If you ever want to use these, you can do them as well because they're very current. And it's what people are saying right now. So, alhamdulillah, Rational Religion have got a lot of popularity by answering these allegations. So yeah, that will lead on nicely to Yunus.
Okie dokie. So today's statement is your Messiah gave his claim as and when he pleased and changed his mind. Is this what a true prophet does? So the non-Ahmadi Muslims say that since the claim increased, it means that it was from his heart rather than Allah. They say that he claimed to be a prophet and even the promised guru and the one whom all religions await, and try to state that it's all from his heart. Now, when we look at the Christians, they raise the same allegations against Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They ask that why did the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam first call the people of his house and his relatives, and then slowly changed his claim to being a prophet of all of mankind. They suggest that this means his claims is from his heart rather than Allah. So this is just some examples for the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam from the Quran. First, Allah tells him, and warn thy nearest kinsmen, chapter 26, verse 215. This basically shows that Allah was telling him to first tell the people near him, and then afterwards he revealed, say, O mankind, truly I am a messenger to you all from Allah, to whom belongs the kingdom of the heavens and the earth. There is no God but He gives life, He causes death. So believe in Allah and His messenger, the Prophet, the Immaculate One, who believes in Allah and His words, and follow him that you may be rightly guided. Chapter 7, verse 159. So this is some more examples. So at first, the Prophet ﷺ did not claim to be the seal of the prophets or the best of the prophets, because in this hadith, someone came up to the Prophet ﷺ and asked who's the best creation, and then the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ replied, he is Ibrahim. That's a Muslim. And then so at first that shows that he denied being the best, and he didn't let his companions say anything like that about him. However, Allah later on revealed, as you know, chapter 33, verse 41, Muhammad's not the father of any of your men. He is the messenger of Allah and seal of the prophets, and Allah has full knowledge of all things. So this shows that at first he thought he wasn't the best, and then Allah later revealed to him that he was. So here it shows that Allah did not tell the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ the first time that you are the Prophet for the entire mankind. Rather started off by telling him that only warn your nearest kinsmen. Then after that, Muhammad ﷺ was made a prophet for the people around Mecca and nearing people, including some of the mushriks of the area. After that, the Prophet ﷺ was told that he was the prophet mentioned in the Old and New Testaments, and was for the people of the book. So Allah told the Prophet ﷺ that he's a prophet for the entire mankind. Allah slowly told the Prophet this rather than revealing it straight away on the first day. So again, they tried to state that this increase means of the Prophet was, God forbid, a liar. The Christians believe that basically because he increased his own thing, they thought they called him a liar. And in the same way, the non-Ahmadis now, they say the same thing about the promised Messiah, and this allegation has no truth behind it. I won't read all this, but basically, the signs of the prophet is that the prophets are treated harshly, and they're very horrible to them, and they never remove their claim, and this proves their truthfulness. So when the Holy Prophet ﷺ made his first claim of prophethood, he got a lot of enemies, and basically the exact same thing happened to the Prophet Messiah when he claimed to be the Mahdi, and he got loads of death threats. And then after that, when he increased his claim, when he said Allah told him that Isa has died, and he claimed that, basically when he claimed this people set fires in India, and then when he claimed to be Guru Nanak, when he said that Guru Nanak was a Muslim, then basically it got even worse with the Sikhs and everyone turning against him. And it basically went further on when he mentioned about Krishna, but I guess I could go on to that whole thing later on as well. So the news of the Prophet ﷺ being the seal of prophets, it took around 18 years after he became a prophet. So this shows that there's nothing wrong with the claim being gradual, and Allah reveals things like this way to the prophets. And yeah, basically I'll show you this. It's basically what I've mentioned, but it's from the fourth Khalifa. It's quite a good audio. I don't know how to. One sec. Can you hear this?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay.
A few weeks back, I asked you about the various claims of the promised Messiah, and you answered that this, in fact, was an evolutionary process. And
evolutionary process?
Evolutionary.
Did I say that?
Yes, I think so.
No.
And that all prophets.
What I said was that all prophets are addressed by Allah, gradually revealing their status, so that neither they are shocked, they are given time to assimilate what Allah is telling them, and also that their followers begin to perceive it gradually. So that graduation is there, not evolution. They are two different things. The claims are staggered over a long period, and every second claim is progressive. It is not just a haphazard arrangement of claims, one claim after the other, but you will find a progression in the claims. So each following claim is placed higher. Like you look at the claims of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To begin with, it is said as if to begin with, he was a prophet to the people of Mecca and the people living around, Ummul Qura wa man hawlaha. And even before that, Anzir Ashirataka al-Aqrabin, as if he was sent only to warn his own kith and kin and no more. So later on, it seemed as if his claim spread over his tribe and the people of Arabia living around Mecca. And then in the end, he started addressing Ahle Kitab. And yet, some more was to come. Then he addressed the entire world, Ya ayyuhan nasu tuqu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum, and so on and so forth. He claimed to be a prophet for the entire mankind. Rahmatul lil alameen, not only mankind. He was Rahmah for the whole universe. So this is the progression. This is not evolution, which we observe in the claims of Hazrat Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this progression is observed in the claims of every prophet. That is what I said. Or I wanted to say at least. Maybe I had, by mistake, I might have used the word evolution, which I didn't mean in fact.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's a really good way of explaining the whole thing as well. Hold on, how do I? Yeah. Has anyone else got anything else to add on? I think I've mentioned most of it, but
Mubarak is online.
I think he is.
Yes, Professor.
Ji sir. Kya hai?
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Missing your khush sakal. Brother, is this an allegation people make in Pakistan or amongst the community?
Which allegation?
Your Masih, he claimed to be different things at different.
Yes, 100%.
And,
Because they quote the book named as Brahine Ahmadiyya
Hanji.
in that, and then A Ghalti Ka Azala.
Ah,
These two books they usually quote for the thing, and Khalifa Rabi Rahimahullah Ta'ala said the correct thing, the right thing, that it's gradually revealed on the Prophet by Allah. It's not at one time. If that's the case, then in the Ghar Hira, the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Allah should reveal the whole 30 para of the Quran.
ji.
It was just a one ayat, Ikra bismi rabbika allazi khalaq. That's it.
Mm,
And gradually, with the passage of time, with the scenarios and with the situations going on in the region, Allah revealed all the things to the Masiha as well. And in the starting, when Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wasalam was writing the book Brahine Ahmadiyya, there are a lot of things that that put people in doubt, that
mm,
this that in fact not the Ghairez Jamaat, but non MDs, but the MD people as well.
mm,
Sometimes they are raising the question that Ramasimov said this thing in Brian MD, and after that he's saying the another thing.
yeah.
So it's a teaching of Allah which has been revealed to the Prophet, and then man is like can do a mistake, but Allah is the best planner. He
Mm,
has his own plans to reveal the things on the right time, on the right person at the right place.
mm.
That's the thing. Yeah, they always raise this allegation.
Yeah, and I think it's always amazing. Like, you can always go back to the time of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, just like you did, Nas, and you see like exactly the same thing happened, and the same thing was Masih Maud. Like, he was doing things so slowly since 1882. He was doing it very, very slowly, and it was only up until 1889. He started taking
Yeah.
that. The whole other time between that, he was just telling people here and there, I've come, I'm the Masih Maud. First, he claimed to be Mujaddid, and when he came to Mujaddid, people like, yeah, we know, we can see that. We say that you are Mujaddid because there's no one better than you.
Yeah.
Then slowly, when he started adding, he's Masih, then he's Mahdi, then he's Nabi, it's a big shock for everyone. But of course, he explained it fully, and just like Nas, you said, it happened gradually. And if he did this straight away, if he just said straight, I'm a Nabi, even though Allah Ta'ala didn't tell him at that time, he told him much after, towards the end of his life, in fact, then, it could have been the opposite effect. People would have run away fully. But just like with anything, just like when you have to convince someone, when you're negotiating with anyone, Mubarak Sahib, you know that it takes a long time in business. You have to
Yes.
negotiate slowly, you have to do a nice pitch, you have to get people to buy into what you're selling, and then they'll do it. No one will come and just take it straight away.
Exactly.
So this is the sunnah of Allah Ta'ala, that He reveals things slowly in piecemeal so people can digest information easier, and then it will be easier to accept the whole thing. And yeah.
Nas mentioned one more thing about this. In Urdu, it's like a chola of Baba Guru Nanak, Hazrat Baba Guru Nanak, Rahmahullah Ta'ala. So, because he was the believer of one God, he believed in Allah. He did Hajj as well. He visited Saudi Arabia. He did Hajj there. Because of that, on his chola, on his dress, what he used to wear, it La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, the first kalma is written on his chola. That is in the museum or somewhere.
Yeah.
Most of the occasions, Khalifa Rabi Rahimahullah Ta'ala gave the reference of that chola and the kalma written on that chola. And I think there was a no mobile. When I used to live in Dubai, there was a no mobile guy, a new Ahmadi. He told me that in some majlis, Hazrat Masih Maud said that the the community or the religion which is near to the Muslims are sick. I I don't like. I'm not sure about this, but he said that thing. After that, I was thinking, because that's the only thing that if we believe, we also believe, because he was Wali Allah, he was sent by Allah, and he was really a pious man, Baba Guru Nanak, and he believes in one God. Everything is fine. We believe in him as well. But the thing is, after that, the Sikhism, when Sikhism discovered, yeah, exactly this one. Here somewhere it will be La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Yeah, here on the right hand side, I think, on the left.
Do you guys know the incident of how this was sketched? So Hazrat Masih Maud Islam sent some of his companions, and he had to go and see the actual chola, which was buried under piles and piles of clothes. And every time they wanted to see more, the person would say, "Okay, give us more rupees, and then we'll show you more." So when they showed all of it quickly, the companions quickly they sketched all of the image, and the image was this in the end, and they managed to get all of the ayat. So these are all Quranic
There's
verses.
a famous ayat, La ilaha illa anta subhananni kuntu minaz zalimin, is there as well on that bottom left side of the
Yeah.
chola.
Yeah.
La ilaha illallah.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
And this Hazrat Baba Nanak he even had a Islamic burial, a janaza. So even so even he was buried as a Muslim.
Yes, it was in Lahore.
So many indications pointing towards the fact that he was a Muslim.
Yeah.
See, it's another big subject. Nas, maybe you can cover that in the future.
And even
Why do Sikhs cremate then?
what was that?
Why do Sikhs cremate then?
Cremate.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sikhs cremate, don't they?
Because
I think it's isn't it Hindus Z or is it Sikhs? Because I don't think cremate, do they? I think Hindus do.
Sikhs do as well. I'm sure they do.
All
Do
right.
they?
Yeah, maybe if they do, then it's all part of the idea of being buried into the earth where they came from and then coming back as something. I think that's the whole idea of cremating.
Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention. I read this, so I don't know exactly, but I think it's in chapter 20, verse 114 or 15. I can't remember. There's basically a verse, and it said in there, "Oh my Lord, increase my knowledge," and then that also proved the fact that basically why would Allah need to teach the Prophet that that he should increase knowledge if he already knew everything? Why would he need to learn that? That shows that he obviously was being taught more and more slowly. Yeah, and plus, like, I don't know how long did the Quran take to be made in full, for them to understand. I think 20 something years.
The whole life of the Holy Prophet.
Yeah, exactly. So that basically shows that he had all that time to learn. It wasn't just instant, basically.
Yeah, I have my very best colleague or best friend. His name is Satnam. I was inviting him as well last week for this thing. He is Sikh and his family is known as the Lion of Punjab. So he's Shere Punjab family, belongs to Shere Punjab family. So yeah, so I will invite him.
Inshallah, that's great. Yeah, and Zaryab, you got your answer, yeah?
No.
I just put it on the screen. I just put it on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Hamza, they do. So they do cremate.
Cremation. Yeah.
So it's part of going back to Allah Ta'ala, according to them. See you guys, Jazakallah Nas. Really appreciate that. Really good. Mubarak always has good input. Always love his angles on it.
You always trust him on it.
Yeah.
That's very nice. See you guys.